Okay, so in this video, I do want to speak about the Barcelona performance for this season, right? We're kind of like almost at halftime, but since we are in this international break, I do want to give you guys like this overall review on how Barcelona have been performing. But I want to start off with the weaknesses that we have shown in this season that do need to be fixed because we are going to be talking about the collective performance and also talk about the individual performances. And I want to go through a few players. So first of all, I think that we have for sure dropped our level of intensity. Like our level of intensity is okay. Like if you were to compare it to other teams out there in Europe, Barcelona is still one of the best, but nowhere near how it used to be from the last season. So we have dropped our intensity for some reason. I don't think this has something to do with Hansi Flick. I mean, yeah, maybe he has a factor in it, but all in all, I think that the players have to take a step up and showcase that they care, that they showcase that they want to be organized, they want to play more, they want to play better, they want to play with more enthusiasm. We want that more in this season, and because we kind of lack in those departments through the players, that's kind of the reason why our intensity has been lost. And I know that a lot of us have heard about Xavi Hernandez and his recent interview that he had. I think it was like yesterday. Xavi Hernandez did say that I lowered my standards in my second full season, and because of that, it translated towards my players, and we dropped our intensity, our focus, and whatever. But to be honest, I'm proud that Xavi Hernandez said that because Xavi Hernandez could have easily said, "Oh yeah, we didn't do well in my second full season because of this player, because we lost Dembele, because we lost Sergio Busquets." Xavi Hernandez was never ever going to say that. Xavi Hernandez wanted to be self-critical, which is also another thing that he did say. But I really do think that the reason why Xavi Hernandez really did fail in that season was because Joan Laporta did not back him greatly to reinforce the squad. We lost Dembele. Very important. We lost Sergio Busquets, very important, and to just bring in Oriol Romeu, and then the fact that we had so many injuries, etc., and all those other things, it ultimately led towards Xavi Hernandez having a very underwhelming season. And yes, he is very self-critical, but at the same time, I do understand why he did not point any fingers at all. A lot of it does have to do with the type of players that you do have, and how the players do play on the pitch. And because I do view it in that way, I'm going to be saying the exact same thing with Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick has good intentions. I think that his plan works very well. I think that we need to continue with the high line. There is no reason for us to drop it. A lot of other pundits are going to be saying that we got to drop that style of play, that Barcelona are going to get harassed and they're going to lose every game and concede a lot of goals for the rest of the season if they don't drop their high line. I back the high line just like Flick does. But, however, the players also have to back it as well, and they have to believe in their style of play. They cannot just put their arms down and believe that, oh yeah, because it worked last season, all we have to do is just repeat the exact same thing and whatever, we know the whole rhythm and whatever. Like, if you just think in that way and you just approach the matches like that, you will concede more goals than originally expected. You have to come in acting like this is going to be your first time showcasing that you are a professional footballer. That's just how it is. And so, like I said, we have lost our level of intensity. And to give you guys like an interesting stat, it states here that their average distance dropped from about 117.4 kilometers a game to roughly 113 instead of 117 to 113.4 kilometers per game. So that is below average. Okay, so it's really, we have dropped a lot in terms of also running and trying to press the ball. So that's one thing. Another thing is the defensive vulnerability, right? In those high risk transitions, like every time we try to transition with the ball in attack and we lose the ball, we get exposed and we become very vulnerable at the back. We get caught so many times. It's one of the reasons why Real Madrid have been able to defeat us earlier in the season. I would also say that another one would be the squad depth and the injuries. Another thing that we have not taken care of. The doctors have not done their job. We have experienced like 11 to 12 different injuries 4 months into this brand new season. What's going on, right? And the fact that we're barely going to have Rafinha, Joan Garcia, and Pedri coming back barely, it is kind of embarrassing to see. And the fact that we haven't been able to field Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Yamal together yet this season, even though we're about to go into December, it's like, what's going on, right? So for sure, injuries have been playing a huge part into us under delivering in the beginning, in the first 15 to 18 matches of the season. And that is something that we have to take care of for the second half of this season. Hopefully we go into the second half of the season starting in January with all of our players available, right? Let's have that happen again. Last season we had that, right? We barely had any injuries. Rafinha, not one injury. Pedri, not one injury. Frankie, yeah, he came back in the second half of the season, but his level overall has improved in those in the last 4 to 5 months. And so those things must be fixed. And now I do want to go on to the individual performances, because I want to name a few players that I think have to kind of step it up in order for us to really improve our game. And it would really help us as well, because they were really good last season. The first player that I do want to speak about is going to be Jules Koundé. Jules Koundé has to perform better. The fact that Eric Garcia, who is a versatile player, who doesn't really even play as a right back full time, and has always been known as a center back or as a central defensive midfielder, is the fact that Koundé can't even match his level right now. Koundé must get better, because you and me know that even though I did say that Eric Garcia is better than Koundé right now as a right back, you and me know that Koundé can easily go into the top 2 best right backs in the world easily. We know his level, but like in terms of his attacking presence in the final third, it lacks. In terms of his defensive presence in our defensive third, it lacks. He has lowered his level in all departments, and the fact that he has yet to, I think, he has no goals or assists so far this season. He can do way better, right? Okay, so he has 1 goal and 1 assist so far in 15 matches, 1 goal in La Liga and 1 assist in the Champions League. Koundé can do a lot better, bro. He can do so much better. In the previous season before that one, if we look here, 2024-2025 season, 53 matches played and ended with 4 goals and 8 assists. For sure, going at this rate, for Koundé right now in this season, if you double the 15 matches and he has another goal and another assist, in 30 matches he have 2 goals and 2 assists. Nowhere near the 4 goals and 8 assists that he had in the previous season with 58 matches played. So even if you triple this rhythm that he has right now, and we go to, let's just say 30, that'd be 45. Wait, hold on. 30 plus another 15. 45 matches played, he will still have only 3 goals and 3 assists at this rate in this season. Nowhere near, yet again, from the previous season where he had 4 goals and 8 assists. He needs to provide a lot more. So Koundé, perform better, bro. Like, we need you. We know your level. We know what you could do. And I think that you need to start by performing well and becoming that great backup player. Not to Eric Garcia, but a great backup player to Lamine Yamal. Like, truly becoming that player that he can rely on, right? So another player that I do want to speak about, it is going to be, I would say, Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo has been so underwhelming, bro. Is the fact that Fermin Lopez, who's not even as technical as you, bro, is able to score more goals and provide more assists than you. Because at the end of the day, Hansi Flick is a coach that does want to overpower you by giving you more goals and assists. Hence the reason why I bring up the goals and assists. Fermin Lopez brings you exactly what you need. He brings braces, hat tricks, 2 assists in 1 games. And Dani Olmo, dude, you are the most technical, one of the most technical players in Barcelona. And every time I see you play, you get outbodied by somebody who's like 17 years old, and you're damn near almost 28 years old. When you get that first touch, you lose the ball. When you try to look for the key passes, you're too slow. When you try to dribble through the tight spaces, you just end up tripping over yourself. It's like, I don't want players like that, dude. I just don't. It's embarrassing. And we know the level of Dani Olmo. I don't want to disrespect any player ever, but I have to call it how it is. You have sucked a lot. You suck in general this season. And even though, yes, you have 2 assists and 1 goal in 13 matches, it does not match the momentum and the consistency that you had last season with 39 matches played, 12 goals and 6 assists. And the worst thing from all of this is that Dani Olmo, bro, you get injured a lot. You get injured a lot, and when you come in, you would even play well. At least play well when you come back from injury. So Dani Olmo should get better, and I think that if he does, it'll help us in the midfield, so we can rotate better between Fermin Lopez, Olmo, Xavi, maybe Pedri can maybe reach the number 10 position sometimes, because Pedri has played in the number 10 role sometimes in occasions in this season. So why not have more utility, right? We paid 65 million euros for Dani Olmo, and we have not gotten the best from him in this season. He just looks lazy. He looks like he's not interested in playing. I'm like, bro, like, where is your enthusiasm to play? You get knocked by a 17-year-old player, knocked by an 18-year-old player into the ground. At least be physical, like, do something. So the last player I do want to speak about, it is going to be Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres, you are the backup to Lewandowski. Is the fact that Lewandowski came from a 1-month injury, scored a hat-trick, and Lewandowski wanted more. And he's only going to want more. He's only going to get better from here. I look at Ferran Torres the same way I look at Dani Olmo. but in the number 9 position. It's a player that's very passive, that it's just receiving the ball and it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna pass it here. When he dribbles the ball, it's like, okay, here we go, and then gets knocked out. It's the same thing. It's the same energy, and we don't have time for that at Barcelona. We don't got time for that. Like, if you guys want to have better ideas on what I expect from a number 9, go look at Kane. Go look at Lewandowski himself, who is a Barcelona player. Go look at Julian Alvarez. Go look at Erling Haaland. Those are great cases. Players who are not passive, players who score a goal and then ask, how can I score another one? Not a player who scores a goal and then starts laughing, starts becoming all passive. And I know you guys always say, oh, Kevin, just let it go. Like, you always talk about Ferran Torres laughing after that goal, but like that, the only reason why I keep talking about that is because it's the best example that I can give to you guys, that can really give you guys that vision on who Ferran Torres is by the heart. That's who he is. A player who gets content very easy. You give him a goal and he's like, I'm okay. My job is done here. Let's have a good time. Whatever. I did my job. Let's just, let's pass it here. Calma, calma. I got my goal. I got my pictures taken. Like, no, bro. Like, that is not it. There's so much to compete for, and your level has to be much higher. Like, between the years of 2021 through 2023, I was really betting on Ferran Torres. And I'm like, Ferran Torres can be our definitive 9. He can be. But I think that this is just who he is at the age of 25, turning 26 in 3 months. It's who he is. And I think that we have to upgrade from this. Hence the reason why Kane is being looked at. Eta Ayon, Julian Alvarez. Many strikers out there in the world of football, Barcelona are eyeing. Regardless whether Lewandowski continues or not, Barcelona want to have a brand new number 9 going into the next season. And Ferran Torres is not that guy, but I need him to perform better. Much better. Now, going to the opposite side of that, I also want to speak about and really call out the players that have been overperforming and have been doing very well for us. I would say that my top 3 on who has been the best so far in the first 4 months is Marcus Rashford. I'm so happy with Marcus Rashford. I love this loan spell that he has had with us. I would not be surprised if Barcelona pull the plug and say, we're going to pay 30 to 35 million euros for Marcus Rashford. I will completely understand because he has been very efficient. Very efficient. However, like I've said before, I do think that what's going to happen to Marcus Rashford in about 3 weeks is the same thing that happened to Marc Casado last season, where Frankie de Jong came in slowly from injury and just took his spot, and we never saw Marc Casado again in those last 4 to 5 months of the season, which was the previous season, right? I think that the same thing is going to go on with Rashford when Rafinha does come back. Not because Rashford sucks. I want to make that very clear, because I'm literally saying that Marcus Rashford has been one of our best players, but it's mainly because Rafinha is going to be phenomenal. And I expect Rafinha to give out a very good level, bringing the assists, bringing the goals, bringing the pressure that we want, the leadership that we have been missing in the attack, the organization. Rafinha brings all of that. And I would be happy to see a good rotation happen between Rashford and Rafinha. I would like to see that fight happen, that duel. I want to see that. It's good. But yeah, going back to Marcus Rashford, I'm very happy with his performance. He is the assist leader in La Liga this season for Barcelona with 6 assists. Yamal comes in second place with 4 assists. And Dani Olmo, right? We just talked about him. He's in third place with a total of 2 assists. We have Rafinha, who does match Dani Olmo, by the way, in terms of assists. And they share third place, by the way. And Rafinha has barely played this season. But yeah, Rashford is in first place. And then in terms of goals and assists combined, Rashford still claims the number 1 spot, but tying with Lamine Yamal. They both have 8. Top goal scorer, it does belong to Lewandowski in La Liga with a total of 7. Ferran Torres is in second place with a total of 5. Yamal is in third place with a total of 4. Rashford is in 6th place with a total of 2 goals. So this guy is more of a assist person than anything else, mainly because he's really good at corners. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Marcus Rashford, when he does take those corners usually get met. He has shown the most consistency. Now, to look at Rashford's Champions League performance, he's the top goal scorer with a total of 4. Firmino is in second place with a total of 3, and Ferran Torres is in third place with a total of 2 goals scored. In terms of assists, Marcus Rashford only has 1, but when you combine the goals and assists together, Marcus Rashford has been our best player in the Champions League with a total of 5. And then you have Fermin Lopez with a total of 5 as well, with Lamine Yamal having a grand total of 3 goal contributions. But Marcus Rashford, happy with you, bro. I can't believe that you have revived your career after having that ridiculous spell at United, and I think that you do deserve to have continuity at Barcelona. Maybe a 3 to 4 season contract would really do well for the player and also for us. Another player that I do want to speak about, it is going to be, I would say, Pedri. Pedri has been monumental for Barcelona. I know that he has not had the most goals and assists. Let's look at his goals and assists here. He has had 13 matches played with 2 goals and 2 assists. So we have 2 goals and 1 assist in La Liga and 1 assist in the Champions League. I think that he is going to pass his numbers from the previous season, in the first season under Hansi Flick. I think that he will, because last season he had 6 goals and 8 assists. Right now he has 2 goals and 2 assists. I think that he could pass it. I think that he can actually reach for the first time 10 goals. Yeah, he has never gone past and higher than 7 goals, which was back in the 2022-2023 season. So I think that he can do it. And not just that, like I'm doing a disservice just by saying that he has provided 2 goals and 2 assists. All in all, he has been a great organizer. You can trust in the defensive third, a player that you can trust in the attacking third, in the midfield third. This guy can retain the ball for you and organize play. And he is literally, and I am not even saying this because I'm Barcelona biased or whatever. I'm saying this because I'm a real football fan and I have seen a lot of other midfielders. He is literally the best midfielder in the world. Better than Bellingham, better than whatever the Premier League have, better than whatever the Italian league have. Pedri is the best midfielder in the world today. Everybody has been agreeing on that. That's just the reality. So I'm proud of Pedri. I think that Pedri has unlocked a new level this season alongside with Marcus Rashford. And I don't want to disservice anybody else. Everybody else has been performing at the level that they should have. Like, I'm happy with Frankie de Jong. He has been monumental. Fermin Lopez, monumental. Another step forward for him. As a matter of fact, let me stay on him for just a second, because Fermin Lopez, to me, if he continues in this way with this type of level, he might actually become our definitive number 10. Like, I have never even thought about that. I have always seen Fermin Lopez as a player that can just be like, oh yeah, impact sub, or somebody that can just substitute for our future 10 Xavi, but Fermin Lopez might actually become our definitive number 10, dude. And especially under Hansi Flick, with 11 matches played, 6 goals and 4 assists. That is 10 goal contributions in 11 matches. No other midfield in Barcelona has this type of numbers. How could you ignore this? So close to already matching his numbers from the previous season. Last season, he had 8 goals and 9 assists. This season, he has 6 goals and 4 assists. So close, man. 2 goals away for matching the previous season, and 5 assists away from matching the previous season. That can for sure be reached by March, and then you have April and May. So I think that's going to be my top 3. It has to be Fermin Lopez, Pedri, and Marcus Rashford. Like I said, everybody else has been doing very well. Yamal, Rooney Barty, Lewandowski, Tony Fernandez, Marc Bernal, Jofre Torrens, Eric Garcia, Alejandro Balde, Gerard Martin. I'm very happy with their level. But obviously, like I've said in the beginning of this video, they can do so much more. This team has the capacity to do so much more, and we'll just wait and see how this team does react with most of our players now officially returning. But that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.